You guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome to All About the Joy. This is the private lounge. And in the house is Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. Rick
Hi.
Costa. Hi, Rick. So today I'm actually really excited because we're going to have a conversation that I actually didn't think was going to happen. I never pressured her, but you actually asked, and we wanted to talk about your weight loss journey. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Cynthia. Why don't you start a little bit with why you wanted to talk about it and what it is you want to talk about?
All right. So let's see. We're going to talk about my weight loss journey. So I've been on Wegovy for a year and 2 months, actually. And I've lost about 30 pounds.
Wow.
Which some people probably don't think it's a lot, but it really is in the whole spectrum of it.
So. I don't know why people wouldn't think that's a lot, but it is. I mean, I know you mean, but that's a lot. So first, before we start, because I'm not here to promote any of these GLP-1s, you happen to use Wegovy, but people, is that how you call it? Wegovy?
Yeah.
Wegovy. But other people use Ozempic, there's Monagen, there's all these different types. We're not here to promote any of them. And also, let me say, we are not doctors. We are not promoting anyone to use or to do anything. Talk to your doctors, talk to your family. We're just having a conversation. Go ahead, Cynthia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it definitely, each medication does affect each person differently. So I actually know 3 other people who are on the other medications, and everyone's reaction to them are different. Some have lost a lot of weight, excuse me, very, very fast. Others have lost it, kind of at a slower pace, but they're still losing. And I also know someone who has had gastric bypass and the sleeve. And, everyone is different. And the one thing that people don't know, like with weight gain, I may get a little emotional, sorry.
It's okay. I have questions if you want to start from the beginning, but I also want to let you express yourself the way you want to. Mm-hmm. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Should do some AMSR.
Yes, in a better mood. Okay, right.
Okay, so yes. So weight loss is different for everyone. And there's always like underlying conditions that people may not know on why they're gaining weight. So it could be genetic, it could be hormonal, it could be certain medications that they're on, which actually 2 of the reasons were with me. 1 was my asthma, 2 was the medications. So I grew up with asthma my whole life. And, all through high school, I played sports and everything. And I was, had little flares here and there, but it was never severe as it got until I was older. So I started on a lot of inhalers that had steroids. When I had really bad flare-ups, I would get on prednisone. And prednisone is a very strong steroid. And it can open up your appetite. It makes you gain weight. You eat a lot when you're on it. And you feel like you had like 10 cups of coffee all at once. So, you're going, but yeah, you're also eating a lot because it's just making you eat and you're gaining weight. So that was a lot of, that was the bigger picture. That was the whole reason why I was gaining weight. And, I tried going to the gym. The gym did help with cardio. It helped me actually like be able to, walk down the street or walk to my car without getting, shortness of breath. And then I've seen like all these TikTok videos and Facebook videos of people saying, oh, cardio's dumb. You don't need cardio, this and that. You do need cardio.
For your heart. Yeah.
Yeah. For your heart and just for your lungs. You know what I mean? Like, you could be the skinniest person in the world, but you can't walk up a flight of stairs, out of breath.
I know a lot of people who are extremely skinny who are the unhealthiest people I've ever known in my life. So that's not even an issue.
So, doing that, I would lose a little bit of weight going to the gym. And then I just kind of stopped going because I was just like, all right, I'm done.
I remember I was like, okay, I need you to just go out 15 minutes for a walk and then 15, I'll do it with you. I remember Because I was so worried about you. I was so, and it wasn't about the weight. It was about, I could tell your heart was, no, not your heart muscle, your energy, your spirit was just so sad. I could tell that you were struggling, and I was trying to be like, how can I help you? You know what I mean? And I realized
2,000 miles away.
I mean, just to be encouraging, but then I realized also, and I think this is really important for people to understand, like you said something really great at the beginning. I'm also giving you a breather so you don't cry the whole time. Everyone is very different.
Mm-hmm.
That is factual. Like, just because I want to run 3 to 5 miles a day and think that's amazing doesn't mean that would be amazing for anyone else in a 10-mile radius. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
exactly.
Yoga. I mean, people swear. I have friends who have the most beautiful physique. They no longer do anything that I want them to do. And I hate yoga with a passion. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but I know that you have been struggling and you've been trying everything. And
yeah, it was to a point that, I would go in for a pulmonary function test, and they would test like the amount of capacity and lung capacity I had. I was down to 70%, only 70% of my lung capacity, which is bad, just walking from here to my door. I was like out of breath. Like, that was just wrong in so many levels, So I used to see a nutritionist. This is I'm on my third nutritionist because the first two were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first visit I had with them, I went straight out the door and was like, please do not schedule me with this person ever again. They are horrible. They are not.
Before we start with the nutritionists, can we just go back to the GLP-1s? Because I just want to explain to people what they are. This is me just doing some research just to help some people. So GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. I'm sure I hacked that horribly. That's why I wrote it at the bottom. It's a hormone that plays a key role in regulating blood sugar levels and appetite. Medications like Wegovy, Ozempic, they mimic this hormone to help with weight loss by reducing hunger and promoting a feeling of fullness. So I just want to explain what these medications kind of sort of do from a non-doctor medical person just using Google and research.
Oh, it absolutely does. It does suppress your appetite. And it was so bad at the beginning that I literally was going like morning and lunch, skipping it. Had no appetite whatsoever. And I would just wait till I get home and I make something small, like just scrambled eggs. And that's all I ate for the whole day. And
okay, but is that what you're supposed to do?
No. So this is why I was working with the nutritionist too at the same time, was because she was helping me, like telling me exactly, even if I don't have an appetite to eat anything, I should still eat something, because your body is telling you you're full and you're not hungry doesn't mean your body doesn't need the nutrients.
Okay, can I tell you how this is? I want people to understand how different people are. And I go back, and this is like my therapy session, right? I go back and I realized when I was growing up, I was told when to eat. After rehearsal or during rehearsal, they would sit me down and say, Carmen, you need to eat lunch. Carmen, you need to eat dinner. And because of the way I grew up, I didn't always have someone cooking for me or making food for me. So I can go, that's why I asked you, I can go all day not eating.
That's like
and then I'll have like a bowl of cereal and then feel sick to my stomach, you know what I mean? And like never want to throw up or whatever, but want to feel like it. That's why I was asking, like, did they say that was okay? I was like,
no. So
you have to force yourself to eat.
You do. And I thought I was doing good with having like a bowl of cereal in the morning, even if it was just Raisin Bran. But it's not, because it's all sugar. Even though they say they're healthy cereals and they have no sugar, everything, it's going to have sugar.
Right.
And
well, cereal grows on trees, so it's very healthy. That's a real easy way to know it's probably not the healthiest thing.
Look at all the vitamins on it. No, sugar.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So definitely protein. Another thing with these injections is that you can lose muscle mass. So that's why it's
That's
so
the biggest
important.
fear. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why it's so important to have protein. Whether it's chicken or fish, try to stay away from red meats, like steak. You can have it once in a while, but
okay, but wait, I don't want to give people dietary advice either. That's for
no,
you.
no, this was for me. So this is what my nutritionist would tell me.
You have to do do you do a shot, or is it a pill? Do you do it weekly, monthly? How does that part of it work?
So it is an injection. It's an auto injector. So I hate needles. Let me be clear. I absolutely hate needles, but I don't see the needle. So it's not like a regular syringe or anything like that. I do not see the needle at all. It looks like an EpiPen. If anyone's ever seen an EpiPen.
I'm going to show everyone an EpiPen. I was going to show everyone an EpiPen. I have so many of them. This is, I have an EpiPen.
Yes. So it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
And, you don't see the needle at all. And you can either put it in your upper thigh, your legs, your upper arm, or you can put it under your belly button, like your belly part. Yeah. So that's why I do it.
Not an EpiPen.
Not an EpiPen, but
the fupa?
What?
The fupa?
The fupa.
The what?
The fupa.
The fupa.
Oh God. Okay. I'm not even, I don't know. Do I have to delete that?
Maybe. So I hate needles. And it took a while for me to actually agree to do this, because it was a needle and everything like that. But the doctor showed me what it looked like, how to do it with a fake one. So I was like, okay, I can do this. I don't see the needle. The first time I did it, I was petrified. Juan was like, I can do it for you. And I was like, no, I need to do this. It's a mental thing, and I need to do it myself, because I have to do it myself. Because if he's not here and I need to give myself this injection, then I have to be able to do it. So, I'm psyching myself.
You do it weekly or monthly? How do you do it?
Oh, sorry. It is weekly, once a week.
Oh, no.
It is once a week.
It was weekly. Wow.
Yeah. And they start you off with the lowest dose, which is like a 0.7 for the Wegovy. That's what they started me on. So, I was hyping myself up. I'm like, okay, I could do this. And I did it in my thigh the first time, because I was like, okay, maybe I could take pain there. I didn't even feel anything. I think I feel a mosquito bite more than I felt this needle. So now I do it and I don't feel it at all. It's like nothing. I'll be sitting there watching TV, do it, all done. But the first time I did it, that the first couple weeks, I didn't have much of an appetite. I would, try to force myself to eat something small, whether it was a piece of fruit or some scrambled eggs or, just something small, nothing with sugar. Then my body started getting used to it. And, after 3 months, I had lost 12 pounds in the first month. And I was so excited for that, because I was just like, yes, it's working. I was so excited. And, but no one was noticing any weight loss yet. So, after a while I was like, okay, whatever. So after 3 months, my doctor, she upped the dosage, and, we kept going up every 3 months just to see how I would do it. There are a couple of side effects. Again, everyone is different. Everyone will react to this very differently. With me, it was mostly either, not to be graphic, but it was either constipation or it was diarrhea. And those were the only two side effects that I had.
But you said had, so you don't have them anymore.
I don't. My body got used to it now. So it's like, now it's a routine. So my body's like, okay, we can work with this. And, now we're eating better foods. And, and with the nutritionist, she helped too, because she also helped me look at food differently.
Are you working out as well? I
am not. So that's another thing. So again, everyone is different. So with me, this past year, I'll walk a little bit here and there. And I think if I was going to the gym more, I'd probably lose weight a little faster. But again,
Are you
Still
trying to
working.
get to a goal weight before you actually then start working out?
I am
Okay.
because when I was at my largest weight, obviously was putting a lot of strain on my knees. So now I'm walking upstairs with no problem, with
Good.
ease. I'm also breathing better, and also we did find out, with the underlying condition with my asthma, that my lungs were also producing a lot of phlegm, which was also making it worse for me to do exercise, which was
Right.
also, making me gain weight because I couldn't really do much.
It's
So
such a vicious cycle.
it is. It
It
definitely
just
is.
seems like a vicious cycle.
It really is.
Yeah, so you said they start you off with a low dose.
Mhm.
How regularly do you go to the doctor for them to regulate, see if everything's cool? Like, how often do you go? Weekly, monthly?
Every 3 months, I talk to her, to my doctor. So she'll either email me or she'll call me asking me how am I doing with this dosage, and if we want to go up to the next one. And it was always my choice whether I wanted to go up to the next dose or continue on the same one, just to
How would
see
you
how my body
decide?
was. It all depends on how my body was reacting to that dosage.
Mhm, mhm.
So yeah.
So have
but-
you ever had a time where you're like, okay, I don't feel good, this doesn't feel right, or not really?
The only time I did was with this last dose, which is the highest one. It's a 2.4. When I first started it, I was really nauseous, and one day I actually vomited. But other than that, and that was only once. That was like the first week on the new dose. And after that, I've been fine. So we're good now.
You were emotional earlier. And I might have, I might have cut it out as we're talking about this, but you got a little emotional. Can I ask why?
Because it's a tough journey. It's a tough journey for anyone to deal with.
Are you sad that you're going through the journey, or are there tears of joy? I guess I'm confused. I mean, I hope they're tears of joy.
It's a little of both. It's a little bit of both. I'm happy that I'm losing the weight, but I'm also sad that I had to go through all of this in order to lose the weight. And it took so long to find all these underlying conditions.
Mm-hmm.
I love you so much for doing this. And I'm so fucking proud of you. I really am.
I'm an emotional person anyway, so everybody who's watching this knows.
No one would know that because you're so mean on the show. You're so mean. I guess I can. I mean, I don't understand what you're going through. I don't at all. But I can empathize. You know what I mean? Because I know you were very athletic as a kid. You were a cheerleader. You were in sports. Was it soccer? I forget what the hell you were in.
Track and field.
Track, you know what I mean? And then to kind of have a lot of this stuff spiral. And like we said earlier, it seems like a bad circular thing that just kept going. And then when you and Juan came to visit me, and I hope you don't mind me sharing this. I mean, that's when I realized like I felt so bad because you couldn't sleep without the thing on your face. What is that called?
The CPAP, yeah.
The CPAP. And I'm like, what is happening with
my
cousin? Has that gotten better for you? Sleeping and just your general well-being? Are you in a different space?
Yeah, even Juan's noticed. He goes that my snoring has gotten better.
Yeah.
Since I've lost the weight. So
yeah, and as you lose weight, that's going to get better, and your sleep's going to get better too, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That happened to me as well because when I was heavy, so I do yearly trips with the youth, and we'd be like a bunch of us in a hotel room, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, Rick, your snoring is so bad." But then when I lost weight, I was like, "Hey, wake up. Hey guys, sorry if I snored." No, you didn't snore at all. We didn't hear anything. I was like, wow.
It does change things for you.
It does.
Well, but I talk in my sleep, so there you go. It doesn't really, that has nothing to do with weight. For some reason, I've been told that I talk a lot in my sleep, which is weird because I don't even remember my dreams at all. So whatever, but that's just me. But I think what's really interesting, Cynthia, that your story I think will highlight, and that I'm just so glad you're doing it, is I think about Oprah. And I don't care how people feel about Oprah, but if there is anyone on the planet who had the money, the time, the ability to lose weight, quote unquote, naturally, right? I'm doing air quotes here. It would have been her, right? Because she had all the money, whatever. And she even said that. And it's like, I think we have to get to a place in this country and understand that not everybody is exactly the same. And not everything that works for one person is going to work for the other. And I have no problems whatsoever with people using this in the way that it's being used now. I actually say thank God, because it's helping people who have been in a struggle for so long. How do you feel about the stigma? Because I know at the beginning you told me, I'm not telling anybody, nobody knows, it's just you. And I was like, you didn't tell Juan? I felt so honored. But I'm just saying that it felt like you were really in a place where you, like, it was a secret.
Yeah. Because of the stigma, because, everybody always talked crap about other people who were on all these other injections, the Ozempic and Zepbound and Mounjaro. And it's like, okay, I tried everything. This is my last resort. And I don't want people talking crap about me, saying, oh, that's all fake, or you're a quitter, or, you don't need that. You can just go to the gym or have surgery or do this and do that. And it's like, I've tried everything. Other than surgery, I've tried everything.
You know what? I think it's a different world we live in where, this is, again, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I think this idea that we can live as long as we do now, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a time we died at like 30, right?
Right.
As we progress, we have all this technology, we have food that is, I'm not out, getting my own berries and killing my own meat. Like, we have all of these great things with technology, but I think the thing that happens with technology is that we're also eating differently and it changes our body types. And so there's all these other technological, chemical, blah, blah, blah things that happen to us as we've progressed with all of these as modern society.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense to me that then we can use that brilliance to help us get back on track so that we can live healthier lives as well and longer. Does that make sense? Did that make any sense? But I am sorry that I know there's a part of you that's sad. I wish I have loved you no matter what, and I know that sounds stupid.
No, it doesn't. And the reason why I only told you and obviously Juan is because, I needed the support, and Juan was the best and was always there and just said, whatever you want to do, it's your choice.
Oh, that's so beautiful. He's
give
beautiful.
him a hug from me.
Yeah, give him a hug from me too. He's so beautiful. That's sweet. That's love right there, right?
Yeah. Earlier,
I think you're amazing. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Earlier, you mentioned that nobody really seemed to notice when you started to lose the weight. Did that feel like a setback, or you were like, nope, no matter what, I got this. I'm still doing it. I know. Who cares if they don't know?
I was getting discouraged at the beginning. I was, because nobody was noticing. And then probably after 6 months, Juan started noticing. He was the first one that started noticing. And I was just like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, I haven't. And I was like, the scale, whatever. And I hate looking at the scale. He's like, I can see it in real life.
I noticed it when you got up at one point on the screen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in person, but I'll tell you the other way I noticed too is because I do the editing.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and look at some of the old, if I want to use a pic for one of our clips or something, for our thumbnails. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, she's lost so much weight. Use this one.
It's so funny because I was looking at one of the videos, one of our old ones, and I was like, oh my God, I did lose weight.
Oh yeah, you lost a lot of, you have lost a lot of weight, especially your neck and your face.
Yeah.
That's all we really see. So I'm just really proud of you. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I think I don't care about the fucking weight loss. I don't care if you gain 200 pounds. The confidence and the way in which you're talking, because to me, I don't think you're more beautiful because you're thin. I have never believed in that bullshittery. Skinny don't mean pretty at all.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, can you fight me? Then maybe, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you in my club. That's my thing. I ain't got nothing to do with weight. But I'm just, your confidence has changed. That's what's brilliant to me.
I think two people that are, we know this already. People are very judgy, and they might be like, "Oh, isn't that dangerous?" And I would be like, "Listen, 70% lung capacity is also dangerous." Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I was on 4 inhalers and 3 pills, and they've just taken away 2 inhalers.
Wow.
So good.
So,
oh my God, that's
yeah.
so good. That's so good.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Yeah, and this should be something you do. This is my preference. Something you should be doing with your doctor. I know there are a lot of places now that are giving different kinds of these GLP-1s, but you have to be really careful about it. You have to be with a medical professional. It's way too new on the scene for this kind of purpose. Actually, they've been around forever because they've been helping, like Ozempic was for diabetics, right? That's how this came out. But be very careful. And now I'm going to put it in a way that I understand it. I'm going to say it this way. Everyone knows I get Botox for the line that I have here that you guys never see because I get Botox.
Her imaginary line.
It's not an imaginary line. You met my Botox person. It's not imaginary. But that's why it's such a good job, right? But here's the point. I could go to the nail salon and get my nails done, and they'll be like, $5 for Botox or whatever, and you think that's a great deal. It's like getting bad sushi at the 7-Eleven. Like, I don't eat sushi at all, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You want to, anything you're putting in your body, you should be talking to a doctor too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And don't let them force you into doing things. Do your research. Find someone else who's done it and see how it's reacted to them. Again, everyone is different, but just to talk to people to see how they did it and things like that. Also work with the nutritionist and find the right nutritionist for you. If the doctor, if the nutritionist, a therapist, if it doesn't work out, if you have that gut feeling that this isn't a right fit, move on. Move on to someone else.
Can you explain what a nutritionist does? No offense to nutritionists. I'm just, what exactly, like, you go in and talk to your nutritionist and say what, and what do they say back to you?
So she'll ask me what I had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And she'll ask me, like, what am I drinking? What am I exercising? Basically, everything that you're asking me here. Like, what am I eating? What am I doing differently? And I'm honest with her. If I tell her today I had a cheeseburger, but I had it with a salad or something, she's like, okay, well, at least
you can eat a cheeseburger with the nutritionist? I'm being serious.
Yeah. So this is what I loved about this nutritionist. She made me look at food differently so that you don't have to stop eating the foods that you love. Just don't eat the whole pizza. Have one slice. Don't have a whole thing of apple pie or chocolate cake. Just have a slice. You know what I mean?
Little brownie.
And, what?
A little brownie is okay. Just a little one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't have the whole package. Have one brownie. Like, when I first started this last year, we were getting close to the holidays, and the holidays, everybody tends to eat a lot and have a lot of desserts and stuff. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, the holidays are coming. She's like, who's doing the cooking? I was doing the cooking. So she's like, okay, what are you cooking? So I told her everything I was going to have. So she's like, okay, I hear a lot of protein. She goes, where are the veggies? Where, are there any fruits? Are there any desserts? So I'll tell her what desserts. Yeah. She said, okay, do this. She's like, I'm not saying you can't have dessert because it is the holidays. She goes, But if you're gonna have cheesecake, let's say, she's like, have one piece of cheesecake, that's your dessert. She goes, and then slice the rest of it up and give it to everybody else to take home. That way it's not in your house. You're not tempted to have more of it. You had your serving, and you quench that craving of having your dessert. So don't deny yourself, just in moderation. So
See, and now I just want to say this is why I never take home doggy bags. I don't take it, right? Like this is exactly the reason. I'm not saying people shouldn't, because people are like, I don't want to waste food. Da, da, da. I'm like, but there's a reason. Like I'm never gonna have, like, I think it was Andrea who was like, I'll come to your house and I'll just bake you a chocolate cake. I'm like, no, I will go and buy a slice of cake for $8. You know what I mean? So, but her point is, I can bake you one for cheaper. No, but I don't want the whole cake.
right.
You know?
Because you will be tempted to eat the whole thing. And that's like,
there's something emotional. Like everyone knows I love chocolate cake. If you haven't gotten the joke, that's why she was saying that chocolate cake. Like, I love chocolate cake. It's like my Achilles heel. You can get anything from me if you have like good chocolate cake. And I don't mean expensive. There's a difference. Expensive chocolate cake
it's not always
not
good.
the right chocolate cake. It's not a good Duncan Hines, baby. Regular ghetto chocolate cake. But I think people don't understand the power of it. I think it's almost like an alcoholic. This is not to be disrespectful to alcoholics, but if you have something in your house, it's so much easier to justify why you're going to eat it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's because it's there. But if I have to walk my ass to the grocery store, and I make myself walk, like if I want chocolate cake, I have to walk to the grocery store and get it.
Like with me and Juan, like we were big Pepsi drinkers. So of course that's just packed with sugar. We're big. I'm not big on sweets. He's more on the sweets, but we always had Pepsi in the house. And then when I started doing this, I was like, nope. Cut the soda. So now we don't even keep it in the house at all. If he wants soda, he'll buy himself like just a small bottle of Pepsi, and he'll drink it, and that's it. And
we're not promoting Pepsi or Coke, but we'd be happy to be sponsored by any of you. Go ahead. Sorry.
But what I did find were, Crystal Light, how they have the no sugar, you have lemonade, iced tea, all that you can mix with your water. But I also found other brands, like Snapple has a sugar-free kiwi strawberry mix, if you like that. Or
I'm like, ew, gross. No.
But you can find things that without sugar that taste
so does your nutritionist is really about all the sugar?
She's about sugar. She's all about making sure I have my protein and vegetables.
Because on the sugar, I hate again, your nutritionist is your nutritionist and probably a doctor, but I always hate when people try to debunk the sugar thing. To me, it makes no sense, because like if I go have Crystal Light, blah blah blah, and what I actually wanted was a soda, I'm still gonna want that soda the next day, the day after, whatever. And I'm like, just have the motherfucking soda. Now I might choose to have half of that soda and throw the half out. I might do that, but I may not. But then
she said and she also said that's fine. She said if you do have it, you've quenched that taste for it, and now rest of the day you can have water, you can have no sugar drinks and things like that. So again, you're not completely eliminating it out of your life, but you are going to moderate how much you have.
Yeah, I think diets that it's all about depriving you, they never work.
Because
exactly.
And I think sweets and salts are really important to our palate, but also it's human to want something sweet and want something salty or whatever, I mean, the difference is, like, am I going to have a big, huge bag of Lay's potato chip because I'm having a salt fix? You know what I mean? Or am I just, no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what you're saying is just in moderation, but
and I also changed the way that I cook too. I don't use salt in my food anymore, and now I use I found a woman who actually has her own seasoning line. It's called Healthy Rican. She's Puerto Rican.
I was just gonna say that sounds like Puerto Rican.
And I actually told my nutritionist about it, and she absolutely loved it. It actually has no salt, and you still have adobo, sazon, sofrito, everything, but it's all natural. Nothing's like processed and all that stuff in it, and everybody loved it. So
and then I'm being kind of mean here, but I just want to say everybody's different, because I actually have to add salt to my food because I have such low blood, and that's not a good thing. It's not like I'm like, oh my God, my blood pressure is so low.
That's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing either. So like I actually have to put salt in my cranberry juice in the morning. I know, because it acts like because instead of having a sports drink, actual electrolytes, how they do electrolytes. This is like not natural, but because I didn't go out and squeeze the fucking cranberries, but it's an easier way instead of buying those sports drinks that are full of sugar, full of crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you just buy cranberry juice, put a little bit of salt in it, that helps with my salt intake. But that's just to explain. And we're from the same sort of bloodline bush area, but we're so different.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which is why, again, you should see a doctor, because you can't. There is no everybody's the same. No, not at all.
Absolutely.
I tried to get Wegovy, to get one of these. I asked my doctor, because of my surgery, I had gained weight. And I was like, I'm just curious. Like I went in all just wondering. She was like, yeah, no, it's not happening. I was like, you sure? I was kind of bummed about that. But I think you and I talked about it when you told me about, I was kind of jealous, but I was trying to be supportive. Sorry. I was so mad. Because I do think when you have, when you have more weight, no matter what your weight is, when you don't feel like yourself, it's hard to move forward. And I don't mean that physically. I mean in your life, when you don't feel like you're at your best self. I think you at your best self. You get in there, huh?
I'm getting there.
Look at that fucking smile and shit.
I mean, I Juan doesn't even know this, and I'm saying this for everyone to hear right now. At my biggest, I was over 300.
You were not, were you?
I was.
Did I see you?
On the show.
On the show. No, but when you were here, you were not.
Mm-hmm.
When you came to visit me?
No, when I came to visit you, no.
No, because you told me what you were.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Good for you. And embracing that shit. I did not know. Yeah. And you're short. You're short. Not short, but you're my height, right? I'm 5'4".
Yeah. Same height.
Yeah. Wow. I am so fucking proud of you. Look at that, being a real woman. Because you know what? Doesn't it feel good when you just embrace that shit and you're like, that's why I always talk about the Botox thing. I've lost a couple of friends because they're like, I don't know why you always have to put it out there. Why you always have to say, and it's because they're like Botox to the fucking max. You know what I mean? And it looks bad, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't want to be part of with this shit and everything. Well, that's filler. That's not Botox.
Yeah.
If somebody is listening and they're like, you know what, I think I'm convinced. I think I want to try. What do you like? What would be the first step? What should they do?
Make sure you've tried everything else first. Whether it's just working out, but definitely have a support system.
Mm-hmm. And you should talk to your doctor, as we said.
Absolutely,
but when you say try everything else, I mean, and I might be overstepping, but I'm just going to say it. It wasn't even just that you tried so many different things. At some point, you were just in a hamster wheel, kind of on the medications, and you getting sick, and then trying to work out, and then not being able to eat, and then and just going.
It was a vicious cycle, let me tell you, because it was like, okay, I have to lose weight in order for my asthma to get better. But in order for my asthma to get better, I have to take this medication. But this medication is making me gain weight. And it was literally a vicious cycle. Absolutely. And that's why I said, people need to find out their underlying conditions first, before trying anything, because it could be hormonal. It could just be medications that you're on that you need to change. It could just be your lifestyle.
My doctor was straight up. She's like, you have to work out. You're fat now, Carmen. Go work out. That's it. You're old. You're past menopause. You know what I mean? Like, she was me. That's why I love her, though. That's why I love her. She just was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I was like, but I'm trying everything. She's like, no, you're not. She was like, enough.
Get off your ass and work out.
Right. She was like, enough with the surgery. That was like 4 years ago. Let's move it on. So everybody's different. Wow. Okay. This is so great.
How about, you think your self-confidence has boomed?
Say that again?
Your self-confidence, do you feel like it's gotten a lot more now, a lot better?
It has. Especially like now my sisters are starting to notice that I've lost weight. My clothes are fitting better. And like, I feel it and I see it. So it definitely.
You gotta make that money to buy a whole new wardrobe pretty soon.
I know, right? But yeah, it has been a journey.
Do you know if you're going to have to? And again, this part I don't know because it seems to be different information. As I was doing the research on it, do you think you're going to eventually be able to get off of the medication, or is this something you might have to take for the rest of your life? Like I have to take a thyroid medication every day for the rest of my life now, right? Because I had the thyroid condition, but which I just want to say to my doctor, she's listening. That's why I was asking about Wegovy, because that's why I gained so much weight. Because remember, we had the thyroid thing. Yeah, she was fucking over it. But anyway, back to you. But do you think you'll be able to get off of it, or is it something that you probably have to take for the rest of your life?
I'm hoping that I can get off of it once I've reached my goal weight, or at least where I'm healthy enough where I don't have to take any inhalers at all. But the doctor did say it may be something I have to be on for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, it does depend on how the asthma is working, because if my asthma gets better, I'll definitely be able to work out more,
right,
and do more things, to be more active and stuff.
Right. So are we wearing bikinis next summer?
What do you mean? I already am.
Right? Right? I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna wear it no matter what.
Listen, let me tell the women out there, all the big, beautiful women out there, no man cares about your weight. They want to see that confidence. They want to see that you feel comfortable in your own skin. So wear the bikini, wear what you want, feel comfortable. You have a man that loves you no matter what. Run with it, girl.
Let me just correct you. A real man.
A real man, yes.
That's right. A real man don't give a shit about all that. Right,
absolutely.
Rick? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Right, Rick? Speaking for all men.
Well, and I could say in my own marriage, I really didn't care. And she'd be like, oh, I'm fat. No, don't grab me. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're perfect. Yeah. What are you talking about?
And let me tell you, to get a little personal on this, when I gained weight, it did mess with my own self-esteem, that it was affecting my relationship. So that and it's gotten better. So yeah.
I love you so much. Thank you for doing this. I think you're going to help so many people, but more importantly, I just feel like you've helped yourself on so many different levels by just embracing just this brilliance of who you are and the courage it took for you to do it. I know you were scared.
Oh yeah.
I'm so proud of you, and I love you so much. Yeah.
Me too.
And we'll do another check-in in 6 months, see how you're doing. And but maybe next year. Yeah, but maybe next, you know what I mean? We'll do another follow-up and see how you're doing or whatever. I mean, it's up to you, but it would be fun for me anyway I don't think you realize how beautiful you're coming across on this. You know what I mean? Like, Right, Rick? Like just a whole beautiful Cynthia. You've always been amazing and beautiful, but your spirit is back on track, is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I feel that.
Okay, good. All right. Well, now I'm going to start crying. Rick, do you have any more questions?
So you're at the maximum dose now. So now it's
I am.
just maintaining, keep going, and
Yeah.
just keep going.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. How many more months or whatever before you get to your goal weight, or well, not goal weight, but how many more months before you think you might get rid of some inhalers, or like, is there a plan where they want to see, or you want to see progress?
Yeah, they're hoping in the next, I think by November, they're going to see how I've been doing without these other 2 inhalers and try to get me off another one.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah.
All right. All right. 2026 bikini weather. We're going to do it no matter what. Like, I don't
That's
care. It don't matter. Thank you for doing this. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Rick, thank you for hanging out and doing this as well. And yeah, everyone, I am a little flummoxed, so I'm just going to say, remember, at the end of the day, it really is all about the joy. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Thanks for stopping by. All about the joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.